Live. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Live. What's going on, guys? This is my first live stream, so bear with me. I'm just going through the controls and everything. On today's show, we're going to have Louis Centeno. Very excited to talk to him. I've been following that guy a lot on Twitter, so it should be an interesting chat. But I'm just messing around with the defaults right now, and then I should invite Louis in a couple minutes, and then we can get started on this. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, we got 4 people watching. Sweet. Comments already. Oh, what's up, Strong Arm Flicks? Happy you joined. What's going on? Yeah, guys. Like I said, just bear with me with this. I've never done a live stream. Something I'm looking forward to doing more in the future. So, yeah, like I said, in a couple minutes, I'm going to have Louis on the show, and we're going to talk, mostly probably all Snyder Cut stuff, and then maybe a little bit DCEU stuff. But, of course, Snyder Cut rules. So that's why we're all here, right? But okay. Is everything coming in good? Audio good? No problems? Yeah, I would love to do a stream with Chris Wong. And, of course, Lord Koj, he gave me this hat. So mad respect to him. Love to do a show with him, too. There's a bunch of guys. I would love to do a show with Strong Arm Flicks. There's a bunch of guys. So, yeah, this should be the first of many live streams. All right. I guess I should. Okay, let's send the invite to Louis. Thanks, buddy. Let's see how this works. All right. Louis. Make sure you got his email right. All right, let's send that off. Okay. I guess we'll wait for Louis to join on in. I had to wear my Phillies jersey, so because I think Louis is a Mets fan, so hopefully he'll have something to say about that. I don't know if Louis is still scooping. I feel like he kind of stopped doing that. Yeah, I don't know the reason behind that. I mean, I know he was getting a lot of slack for some stuff in the past, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I miss his scoops, honestly. All right, I see you, Strong Arm. I see you. Okay, now we're just waiting for Louis to join. Hopefully this invite sent. Because again, I've never done this before. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this show. Got a lot of stuff going on, obviously, with the Snyder Cut and the DCEU. 2020, I think is going to be a big year for the movement. Very excited. I honestly believe 99.9% this is the year that we're going to see the Snyder Cut. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. Yeah, you guys, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can in between me and Louis talking. So yeah, don't be afraid to drop one. What do I think is going to happen during February 14th? I'll discuss more with Louis, but I believe that's going to be the day that we get the release date. I believe that Zach's going to take the winning poster, and maybe in the caption or on the poster itself, he's going to say, he's going to have the date on there, and then we're all going to flip. I mean, 2/14 Valentine's Day, very important day. I mean, it's something has to happen. It's just too much is too many things make too much sense. Something big has to happen on that day. It just has to. Let's see here. Yeah, I believe we're going to see the Snyder Cut, no doubt, 2020. Bangladesh, what's going on? Oh, go deep. Yeah, he's another one I want to do a podcast with. I don't know if I can get too deep with him, though. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't know how deep I can dive into that rabbit hole. Yeah, WBA is still silent after 3 years. It's quite pathetic. But again, they have a couple months to prove it to us. And if they don't, then tides have to change. That's all I have to say about that. I'm trying to be nice right now because they still have, a little bit of time. But like 2020 is the year. This is the year it has to happen. So let me see if the invite. All right, well, it's 12:30. Still no Louis, so hopefully you got the invite. Probably not. Oh, there we go. There's Louis. Okay, here we go. Let's add him to the chat, the stream. What's going on, Louis?
Here we go. What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Got the Phillies, yeah?
Yeah, we gotta talk trash, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's coming up, man. It's coming up. February. I'm excited.
February 14th?
Well, yeah, for a lot of reasons. First day of spring training, Valentine's Day, the poster. It's going to be an epic day.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show with me and us doing this.
Sure, not a problem. I'm glad you invited me, and I'm happy to be on, man.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely. I've been following you for a little bit, so.
Oh yeah, there was a. I heard you mention about me scooping and someone am I still scooping? Here's the problem with that. Some people don't understand how everything works. I give you an example. You know how in sports there's always trade rumors and so forth, and people always report rumors, and the rumors are true what they're hearing, but for the rumor to happen is two different things. So and I think people, even when I say rumors, take it with a grain of salt. They don't understand, what that means. So I try to limit my information.
Yeah.
I there is private chat that I give some certain things that I'm hearing, and unfortunately people don't. I'm not doing this to get credit or anything like that, but they're not objective. From the very beginning. And not everybody's always going to get everything 100% correct. Find me a person who's reported something that's never been wrong.
Yep.
I started doing this back, I think it was the end of 2018, and you guys could go to my tweet. My first scoop was about Wonder Woman being moved and so forth, and I just told you what I was hearing. And then December, when Aquaman was going to make $1 billion, and you guys could go check this out. I told everybody what I heard, that Jason Momoa was going to be front of line demanding the Snyder Cut. Mm-hmm. This was in December 2018.
Yeah.
Lord and behold, 2019, what was Jason Momoa doing?
Yep.
Okay. Well, obvious people first, when I came out with that, well, that's not true. We haven't heard anything. Nobody else, is saying that. So, that doesn't count. And then when it happened, Well, everybody knew that. Everybody knew that was going to happen. And okay, if that's the case, then why nobody didn't say it?
Yeah, exactly.
Those are little stuff. And as far as Ben Affleck, being Batman, I also said in December, what I heard. As far as Ben Affleck, was willing to stay as Batman, but he needed certain control. He basically was telling them, "Hey, if you guys want me to stay on Batman, I'll consider it, but I need final authority." And he wanted to finish Zach's vision. He didn't sign on to do solo movies, to be honest with you. But Warner Brothers approached him, to do a solo movie, and he wrote the script, the Batman, and a lot of stuff happened that I'm not the only one that's saying it. You guys could do your research as far as why that project went down. It was mostly because of Toby Emmerich and Jeff John, especially Jeff John going behind Ben back and screwing with his script and so forth. So that that's Ben got frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see why Ben got fed up. So I reported that, and then I also said in I think February, not to discount Ben Affleck, that he would consider coming back if for some preconditions. Well, obviously he went on Jimmy Kimmel show and he made the announcement. And then in March, lo and behold, Ben Affleck said that he would consider coming back in the DCU as the director. Now, check my tweet out in December.
Yeah.
I clearly said that he would consider coming back. He either he directs Justice League 2 or 3, or he has a hand in it. And look what he said in March. But people don't want to give me credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not gonna come on and glow, and I just but that's why I've toned down my scoop, because scoop is scoop. Scoop is a 50-50 thing. It's not. It doesn't mean it's always gonna happen. There's certain rumors I stand by. Did you see the Chris One show in November?
Probably. Who was on the show? Was anyone on the show?
No, that was me. The the Zach event.
Yeah, I did watch that. It was a bunch of you, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was a bunch of you, wasn't it?
No, it was just me
you and Chris.
Right. It was on his show.
Oh, you did one. It was you, Will, Zod Writer.
That was the day before of the final day on Sunday.
Yeah, I think I saw the one with you and Chris for a little bit. I think I saw that.
Right. Yeah. And there's receipt. So on Thursday, I said, "Hey guys, something's going on Friday." Mm-hmm. Then on Friday morning, I tweeted out a general tweet because I didn't want to get slack, but I said, "Guys, today's a very important day." Yeah. And that's when the whole Zach, posting and tweeting pictures of the Justice League, that whole week event. Yeah. And even people in the industry were surprised that I knew that that information. So the way scooping works is that I have my own personal source. Mm-hmm. I don't talk to him every day because we just decided not to, because he saw the slack and the hate that I was getting. Once in a while, I drop by and say, "Hey, have you heard anything, this and that?" And then
how do you have this source? Who is this source to you?
I know him for about 8 years.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to get into crazy details. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, about 8 years. I stood on a DL, and the only reason I came out, it's something personal to me. For all those that are watching your show, I'm a suicide survivor, and when I heard Zack Snyder lost his daughter through suicide, it devastated me.
Yeah,
it really did. It devastated me a lot. Then when I heard what the studio did to Zach, it really put me in a position to go out there and be outspoken, because Zack Snyder gave almost 8 years of his life to the DCEU.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with the studio moving on, but you do it the right way. You don't mess with the man's work. You wanted to go a different route. You should have let him finish his Justice League 1 or 2, whatever, and then you go to a different route. But for them to use Zack Snyder, daughter, tragic situation as a way to say Zack step aside, when in reality Zack did not step aside. Zack was fired.
Yeah.
The studio fired Zack. That I could tell you that I was told that. And that one, I will not budge. There's nothing that nobody could tell me. I just know too much about that situation. But and I just tell people, use common sense. Have you ever seen Zack Snyder quit?
No.
He's not a quitter.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, when he starts something, he finishes. So Zack Snyder was let go because of the backlash of Batman versus Superman. Then when they screened the Justice League, they didn't like it. So they use his unfortunate situation, his tragedy as a way to tell everybody, hey, Zack is stepping aside. And and I always tell people, if Zack stepped aside, then why he was not allowed to come back? But because Deborah Snyder was not fired,
yeah,
she was allowed to finish it. So, so that's why I got involved in this, is because of something, a tragic situation that Zack went through, that I personally went through. I'm like I said, I'm a suicide survivor. I tried to commit suicide at the age of 19. At the age of 19, and depression is real. It's something unhidden that people could have it, and you could be still talking to a person that's suffering through depression, and they won't say anything. So it really affected me. So I'm more. That's why I'm involved. So Zack could finish what he started.
Yeah, it's just the whole Zack thing. It's just the perfect storm. The way he was let go was not right. You're dealing with a Justice League movie that was completely just ruined by another director. I mean, it's so many things going on, and that's why we love Zack so much, because everyone he works with, they have nothing bad to say about him. They all love Zack, and you see what he's doing with the fans and all these events and being so interactive with us. No other director's doing that. So, I mean, this guy, I mean, that's why we fight for his vision, because he's just such a great man, and it's more than his movies. It's just so much, and that's why we fight.
Right. 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 That we do fight. Other people have different reasons to fight. I'm just telling you why I'm fighting.
Yeah.
If it's more of them using his tragic situation. So and I believe we something positive is going to come out of this. I really do.
I think so too. So what do you think is going to happen on 214?
Here's the thing. I'm not going to say who. But there's a couple of people in December that I DM'd, that I told them that I heard 214. Now, it's hard to say, to be honest with you. It really hard to say, because think about it. Zack wants to surprise us, and 214 is symbolic. But I don't know. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that's going to encourage everybody. I have not heard any rumors, I would say, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Or even more than that. It's silent. and it's good. And I tell you why. Nobody, I don't, Scooper or anybody or bloggers, no one got Ezra Miller going on that Crisis on Earth.
Yep.
No, it was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me right now that there's certain things that is kept under wrap, and I'm expecting a lot more surprises this year. And the only reason I say that is because, guys, to be honest with you, I haven't gotten no credible scoop that I feel comfortable going out there and telling everybody what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think at this point everything is being really close to the chest with Zack and WB. They I mean, the people that know, it's only a couple Like it's really close to the chest, and Zach's not telling anyone. If you're familiar with Sean O'Connell, when he went to go visit Zach at the Army of the Dead set visit, like Zach didn't tell him anything, but he gave, like he thought that when he showed up that Zach was just going to be like, I just need the fans to move on because I'm moving on, and he's like, and that's not the vibe that he got. The vibe that he got from Zach was that, we're going to get this movie out. Like, I love my fans and the movement and what they're doing. And this is going to happen. So yeah, but the one thing that I said about the 214 event is that this is the first time that everyone is going to be watching Zach's account on 214 because they know something's happening. All the other times, I don't think there was a specific date or time where it was like, oh yeah, Zach's going to post something on this day. We always assumed, but we know because of this poster event that on 214, Zach is picking this winner. So all eyes are going to be on Zach's Vero. So if you want to make a big announcement, like release a Snyder Cut, I think that's the time to do it. But, we've been wrong a million times before. We've been down this before where it's like, oh, this is the day it's going to happen. This is the day it's going to. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think 214 is a special day, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to my show, I thought something was going to happen the 17th because that's.
Man, I tell you what, that day was crazy.
That's what I was hearing. And the funny thing about it is that I'm not sure if you're familiar with Brad. On that Sunday morning, I basically I told him that I was hearing that we was going to hear something from Gal and Ben. Now, I didn't feel comfortable tweeting that out. I just tweeted, I just DM a couple of people because, unfortunately, I get a lot of hate, man. Like, once again, here's
I see it.
Yeah. So, and the reason I DM, if something ever happens, they're my witness. I have receipt, but I did hear something, and then Lord and behold, Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck, supported Zach, with the release of the Snyder Cut. So yeah, but I won't lie to you. I mean, I heard something about 214, and I'm just not saying it just now. I mean, there's again, there's 3 or 4 people that I DM'd this. I think either the end of November, beginning of December, the date that I heard, and 214 was one of them. But I'm no longer picking dates, because you don't want to play poker with Zach. You definitely don't want to play poker with Zach, because let's just say Zach had 214 in mind to make an announcement, and everybody's expecting something. He throw you a curveball, he won't. So I'm beyond predicting. I give up predicting dates, so I won't say dates. I did hear something about 214. It could. Here's what I tell you what I think. This, and guys, I have not heard this from anybody. This is just me, thinking logically.
Yeah.
I think, again, this is just me, guys. So do not say that Louis said that he heard it from Zach or anything like that. This is just me thinking. Zach wants to honor the fans, and obviously Zach is doing this to honor the fans. To 14. Mm-hmm. What if Zach on 214, the poster that he used is the poster that he's going to use to promote his Justice League? You never know.
No, I think that's what the contest is for.
Huh?
I think that's what he's using the contest for, is for the official poster for the movie.
Yeah, I believe that. Now, again, knowing Zach, because Zach is too intelligent for most of us. He may have a different reason, but that's just me. What I'm thinking that he may use the poster for, to be the official poster of his Justice League. And I think that may be the announcement on 214. 214. Yeah. So but if it's gonna be released on HBO Max, the announcement has to be made soon, because HBO Max is scheduled to be released sometime in the spring, late spring.
Yeah. I mean, HBO Max has been a possibility for a while, but the more times I think about it, the more I think it will end up on HBO Max, but I think it's going to be in the movie theaters. because that means people from around the world all get to watch it. But if it's on HBO Max, only the United States gets to watch it. So that's why I really think that Zach, he loves his fans from around the world. So he's really pushing for that theater release. But yeah, I mean, let me ask you a question. Do you think 2020 is the year?
Honestly, I thought. Listen, guys, I'm an honest person, and I don't shy away. When I'm wrong, I don't. I don't have a problem saying that. Even though I've been more right than wrong, because I really have. But I thought last year was. I thought it was going to be announced in San Diego Comic-Con because of what happened the year before in 2018. And you don't have to believe me. Just watch the creation of the release of the Snyder Cut. Fiona, she gave indication that something was going to happen. So something happened, but I think too much has happened for me not to believe that it's not going to happen this year. Look what happened. Look at the timeline. We have a new CEO. A lot of the people that really screwed Zach are all but gone, and there's only one, Tony Emmerich. And although he got promoted out of the decision making as far as having any effect on the release of the Justice League. The Zach event that happened in November, which I went on Chris Vaughn's show and I said that negotiation was going on, and again, insider people were surprised, that I got that information. So I think and to me the icing on the cake is when Zach gave a name to his movie, Zack Snyder Justice League.
He branded it.
He branded it, so that tells everybody that to me, the way I take it, the negotiation is done.
Yeah.
Because Warner Brothers would not let him brand something if there was no type of agreement that the movie was going to be released.
Yeah, it's their property, so they have to give the go ahead to have someone release shirts with that logo on there.
Right. And I also, at the time in November, what I was hearing is that the negotiation was more than just the Snyder Cut. The negotiation was more of if it does well and is well received, will they allow Zack Snyder to actually finish his vision? And I actually, when I did my show, I made a suggestion, and guys, I didn't hear from nobody else. And if you guys did, please, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to give them props. But on my show with Eric Blake, I made a suggestion is that why not let Zack Snyder finish his vision on like a series. And what I mean like a series is, there's no time. It could be a 2-hour movie. It could be a 2.5-hour movie. And if that's the case, then you have to bring back the cast, and that includes Ben Affleck as Batman. Yeah. And I think this is why Ezra Miller appearing in the Flash is so important, because it tells everybody that it's a multi-universe. So now you're allowed to have more than one Flash.
Yep.
So if you're allowed to have more than one Flash, you're gonna allowed to have more than one Superman, more than one Wonder Woman, more than one Batman. And I think Warner Brothers did that to protect themselves in the event that, let's say, Henry Cavill is holding out too much money or wants too much control. They want to go a different route. They already told everybody that, hey, this is a multi-universe and everybody could join together. But the ideal, if they allow Zach to finish his vision, whether it be in HBO Max or in cinema, is to bring back all the cast. And I think Ezra Miller appearing in Crisis on Earth sets everything up.
Yeah, I think so. Have you ever watched the Mick Minus show?
No, I haven't, to be honest.
He's I like watching his stuff, but he heard a rumor. Well, 2 rumors actually. I'm going to throw them both your way, and I want you to tell me what you think about it. First rumor that he heard is that JJ Abrams and Chris Terrio are making a Man of Steel 2. Chris Terrio is going to do the script, and JJ is going to direct it. And the second one I heard was also that in a couple of years, JJ is going to do a Justice League movie, and it's going to be the same exact cast, except the new Batman is going to be Robert Pattinson. So, what do you think about all that?
Well, on the first one, when JJ Abrams first signed on, I mean, guys, go back to my tweet. You know, this is that rumor is old rumor. You know,
Yeah.
I tweeted that out last year, that I was hearing that JJ Abrams was gonna direct the Superman, possibly with Henry Cavill. So that's not a surprise to me. So you know, I also, you know, I said that either JJ Abrams will direct it, or he will appoint someone to direct the Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
So I said that. Now, as far as the Batman is concerned, it all depends who's directing Justice League. If it's not going to be Zack Snyder, then it's possible that Robert Pattinson may join in, because again, guys, I want you to focus on what they did. Ezra Miller again appearing in Crisis of Infinity, not Crisis, but Crisis on Earth, sets up any scenario,
Yep.
any possibilities.
Yep.
That show says, hey, there could be a Batman on this universe, there could be a Superman on that universe. So I think Warner Brothers did that to protect themselves again if they cannot agree to get Ben Affleck back. And I think Ben Affleck will only come back if it's Zack Snyder's in charge of Justice League. I think that's the only chance we have of Ben coming back if it's Zack Snyder, or possibly Ben Affleck again. I said this in December. Ben Affleck himself directing Justice League with Zack Snyder being a producer.
Yeah.
So the only way that Ben would come back is either him directing or Zack Snyder directing. If that's not the case, then yes, then it's a possibility that Robert Pattinson, could join the cast.
Well, here's what I think about the whole situation. Is at first it looks bad in my eyes because of course I want Zach back and everything. But the more I look at it, this is what I think. I think you've been hearing that Cavill, he wants a Man of Steel too. That's what you've been hearing. I don't know if it's true, but this is what Cavill wants. So what I think would be a perfect situation is you give Henry Cavill his Man of Steel 2. You can have JJ direct it. That's fine, because let Zach come back and finish his vision. And we all know that Ben Affleck is going to die in Zach's vision. So let Zach do like one or two more movies. Ben Affleck will die in the movie, so then he'll be done as Batman. And when that's over with, Zach can move on and be done with the DCEU, or he can be producer, whatever. And then JJ can do another Justice League movie, now introducing the Robert Pattinson Batman into the DCEU because of the multiverse and all that stuff. That's what I think. I think that'd be perfect.
Here's my only concern with that. Since Zach let the rabbit, out of the hat, that his original vision that Ben Affleck was going to die in his vision. Yeah. Then if he makes that, if we anticipated it, then there's no need to watch it. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, but here's a scenario that I haven't heard nobody talk about. Remember again, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I want everybody to please focus on Ezra Miller showing up on CW Crisis on Earth. Okay, that opened up so many possibilities. So I could see if the Justice League Snyder Cut does well, I could see Warner Brothers telling Zach, hey, finish your vision. And then we have JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves working on their universe. So JJ Abrams could introduce his Superman. We already have Robert Pattinson as Batman. They could introduce a different Wonder Woman. They could introduce a different Flash, because Zack Snyder already finished his vision, or his vision is on HBO Max, which is totally different. So you could have Zach finish his vision on HBO Max, and then have JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves focus on the cinema side and cast a whole new Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman and Flash and Cyborg. So this is why I think they brought Ezra Miller to the CW um, Flash, so they could explore different opportunity.
Yeah.
So again, I said it since last year. Do not close on the door. Zach coming back. Ultimately, guys, what it comes down to is money.
Oh yeah.
Is it gonna make money?
Yeah.
If it's gonna make money, then they're all for it. And I'm reading some of the comments on the chat, guys. I'm telling you, I cannot tell you who told me, but I'm telling you, I promise you, the reason Ben left the Batman project, it was not more of what he was going through personal on his personal side. It was more what he went through with Jeff Johns, Tommy Emmerich, all those old decision making. They got too much involved, and Ben just got fed up.
Yeah.
And if we go back to my tweet in December when I said that he wanted to stay on, they never got back to him. Now, why is that important? Well, what happened with Chris McCurry when he wanted to do a Superman? He said the same thing. That they never got back to him. So what I said in December 2018, he said on 2019, and those were the same people. And that's what really got Ben frustrated. It was they just let them out, out and dry. So I'm not saying that Zach is 100% coming back, guys. I'm not saying that. Although I did say yes. Thank you, Integrity 101. You're correct, because they destroyed the film, and this is why it was more. And I know you said something about Josh Whedon messing up Zach's Justice League. I know I'm in the minority, but I don't blame him. It wasn't him that destroyed it. It was the decision maker. It was Jeff Johns. It was Kevin T. It was Tommy Emmerich. They the one to blame. They had the authority because they could have easily told Josh, "Don't touch it. Just finish. Just do some touch up." Okay. If Josh Whedon would have said no, they would have got another director to be their pawns. They were determined to screw Zach, regardless who. Because I want people to focus. Don't focus on Josh Whedon. Don't focus on the director. Focus on the decision maker who made that decision to screw Zach, and it was the higher ups. It was the executive at Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I promise you guys, if Josh Whedon would have said no, they would have got another director to do the same thing. Because remember, it was Jeff Johns who rewrote the Justice League. And soon, hopefully, I think around February, we're going to hear Chris Terrio talk about what happened, with his Justice League.
I can't wait for that. Terrio said he was going to talk a while ago, or once that I guess Star Wars came out, he was going to say something a couple months later. So now it's time to say something. We're waiting for it.
I believe again. This is my personal belief. I believe he'll speak either once the NDA from his part is lifted, or there's an official announcement of Zack Snyder, a Snyder cut, so he could freely talk. Because they're gonna ask him what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. So I wish people will stop blaming Josh Whedon, because again, if Josh would have said no, they would have got another director to do their bidding, and there is no director that is gonna pass up on finishing a Justice League. That's their chance, to make money, and especially if there was promised different projects tied into that. Let's say director John Doe, hey John Doe, do this, do this, do this, and if it does well, we'll give you Batgirl, or we give you Flash, or we give you Green Lantern, to make a little bit more sweet. So I know I'm in a minority. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that blame Joss Whedon. I don't. I blame the executive because Joss was not in the authority position. It was the executive.
Well, listen, you have to blame Josh for that first Superman scene that starts with the movie opening, with the bad lip, the cell phone footage. You gotta blame Josh on that one. Is that you? How can you start a movie like that? That's the first thing you see.
Okay, but that was not him. The one who told him to put that scene there was Jeff Johns.
You think so?
No, I don't think so. I know so.
Jesus.
It was Jeff Johns that did all that.
Why is this guy still around?
Who?
Jeff Johns. That's
no, he has nothing to do with Warner Brothers now.
Well, yeah, but he's like a part of like all the shows now and everything. He's always like doing all the writing for like the CW, him and Greg Berlanti and like the DC Universe shows. His name's all over it.
Right, but I remember
you're talking about for the movies.
For the movies, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
For the movies, he was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe his name was taken off Wonder Woman 84. I believe so. I think so. I'm not sure. Somebody to check. If they could check that for me. I don't know whether it was the Joker. I think it was the Joker that his name was taken off. And then Wonder Woman 84, his name was taken off. So now you see his name being taken off the projects. So he's no longer involved in that. Like Zach said in his event last year of March, that most of the decision maker are all but gone. So I personally I don't blame Josh. It's like everybody everybody blames the doctor that gave Michael Jackson that fatal dose.
Yeah.
I don't blame the doctors. Is Michael Jackson was gonna get that drug somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I don't blame Josh. It had guys, trust me. I'm telling you what I know. If Josh would have said no, they would have got another director to do the same crap.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon, not Josh. Jeff Johns had already rewritten that script. It was already done. They was going to get somebody else. If Joss Whedon would have said no, they would have got another director. I promise you. I'm telling you, they would have got another director. Okay. Now, in a perfect world, would you like all directors to stand together and says no, I'm not messing with it? Absolutely. But again, if you have a director who's been promised another project, $1 million, and his name attached to a Justice League, it's going to be hard for someone, to pass that up. So, and also it wasn't Joss Whedon that fired Zack Snyder. It was the executive that fired Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Okay, well, with all that being said, are you gonna go watch Birds of Prey?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that movie, to be honest with you. I honestly I don't know. I finally saw the Joker.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of that?
It was good.
Yeah, I really like Joker.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, and you know what? With Joker, like they had WB didn't touch that movie at all. It was Todd Phillips and his team. They did their thing, and then
now here's the thing. If your ants turn off, okay, and hopefully you're watching, maybe you're watching, okay, but look at all the project that Mr. Tommy Emmerich touched. Everything he touches bombs.
Yep.
Curse. Okay. Yep. Now, he's the one that decided I'm not gonna fully invest in the Joker.
Yep.
That was his decision. Yep. Now, if I'm the CEO of Warner Brothers and I see he screwed Justice League, he screwed Godzilla, he screwed all the movies that he screwed up, and then he made a bad decision not investing 100% in a Joker, and we all know how much money that they made. Yeah. Boy, he'll be in my office, and I will tell him, explain yourself, please.
Yeah.
Because he thought, every decision that he usually makes is bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. So, but to go back, I saw Joker, and I liked it. I liked it.
That's good. Are you looking forward to Wonder Woman?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, and I think Wonder Woman 84 could lead to Batman versus Superman, and there's a particular scene why I say that. In Batman versus Superman, when Wonder Woman was in a camera, you saw her. She was looking at the camera. She knows she was being watched.
Yeah,
and she didn't like it.
Yeah.
In Wonder Woman 84, there's a trailer that she breaks the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that leaves a tie-in to Batman versus Superman. And if you hear Patty Jenkins, she says there probably won't be another Wonder Woman 84 for a while, and another Wonder Woman for a while. And the reason I think she said that is because maybe there's going to be a Justice League 2 and Justice League 3, maybe. Yeah. Obviously, I think she knows something. Obviously, she can't say so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the hope. That's what we're all here for, is to get Zach back in the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
Which he might already be back. We just don't know.
Well, no, if he's definitely back, because if he's not back, then he can't promote his Justice League.
That's true.
So he's back, Warner Brothers, because if the way I would like it. This is just me, and again, I don't have a Harvard degree. I don't have a Stanford degree. If I was running Warner Brothers, and if I wanted to make the most money, and I've said this before, okay, this is just me, Louis, the CEO of Warner Brothers. I will get Zach in. Hey, Zach, we know you have two versions. You have your 170-minute that he attended. Back in November 2017, the cut that was going to be released, that was Zach Cook, was 170.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know this? Guys, look at the timeline. I made a video on this. What happened? He had a disagreement with in October, a month before Justice League. He basically told everybody, my cut is 170, the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
So release the 170 in theaters. This is what I would do. Release the 170 in theaters. And then the 214 cut, Zach cut, you can make it a trilogy with the Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League 214, with all three having more minutes. Maybe Man of Steel having another 20 minutes of unseen footage. We know that Batman versus Superman the assembly cut was 4 hours. So maybe adding another 20, 30 minutes and then putting the 214-minute cut. You know how much money? I mean, would you pay $150, $200 for that? I know I would.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people do, but that's just dumb. The thing is that does Zach trust them? And again, the guy. This is what I would do if I was the CEO. Now, it's quite possible that Zach just and I believe that it may go this route. I just wish they could release it in the movies, so Zach could get what he attended from the very beginning.
Yeah, and I think the movie will be released in theaters because that's what Zach wants, and I think that's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you saw what happened on November 17th with the Twitter event and how we were, just trending, just worldwide, trending more than than the Mandalorian, trending more than Black Widow? It was crazy. Almost had like 1 million tweets. It was absolutely insane. And, I think Warner Brothers saw that and they're like, okay. And like you said, let's get Zach back. Let's put this movie out. Let's promote it for free and not say anything for a while until like the last possible minute. promote it for free, and then boom, let's see how much money we're gonna make, and then we'll go off of that. We make a bunch of money, we'll let Zach finish his vision. If it doesn't make any money,
I want to make one thing clear. As a fan, I want the 214-minute cut.
oh yeah.
So I know people saying 214-minute or bust. And again, guys, I want the 214, and we're gonna get the 214. So relax. I just was speaking as a business person.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were a business person and you can make $500 million on this and an extra $1 billion, you're gonna do that as a business person.
That's true.
And guys, remember, that's how Batman versus Superman was. You have the theatrical version, which I think it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and then Zach Ultimate Cut was 3 hours and 2 minutes. That's how Zach intended his Justice League to be: 170 and then 214. Now, again, guys, Zach could be like, you know what? No, Warner Brothers, I don't even want to do 170, just 214, and I'm okay with that. So don't worry about it, guys. I'm for 214. I don't want you guys to get confused. I'm all in on 214. I'm all in. I was only speaking as a business person, the way I would do as a business person. Now, obviously, I'm not in that position as a fan. Just like you, I want the 214. Because unfortunately, I don't trust Warner Brothers to give me what I want, the 214 minutes.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that makes a lot of sense when you really think about it, to maximize profits. Of course, if you put out Zach's 170-minute cut, everyone's going to flock to see that. And then you're like, oh, a month later, we're going to come out with the 214 cut. Then everyone's going to go back to see that because it's even more footage.
Yeah, I was only speaking as a business person, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was running a business, if I was running, Warner Brothers, if I was the CEO of Warner Brothers, knowing that there's a demand for the Snyder Cut, there's a demand. I'm gonna want to make my money, and you never know, guys. I mean, make the profit that they make on the 170 to 14. Now, guess what? Now they have everything to do a Justice League 2. So you never know. But again, that's just me thinking logically here.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Louis, have you made your poster yet?
I'm out of draw, man. I don't even know how to start, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
And I know there are more talented people, out there that will do a better job than myself. I am enjoying seeing those posters, and it's going to be hard to choose one because mostly all of them are beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, they're gorgeous. But I don't know who's listening, but here's an idea. On a poster, you could have Steppenwolf fighting the Justice League on a poster, and Justice League, you could see them, they're reeling, they're about to be defeated, and in the background you're seeing Superman rise from the dead to save the world.
There you go.
A poster like that, because I think if you look at what Zach posted, he has yet to rise, and then he shows a resurrection Superman. So if somebody out there who's more talented than me, the way I would do it is I would have Darkseid and on the top right hand corner sending Steppenwolf to destroy the Justice League. All the members are there, they're fighting, and you could tell they're hurt. And in the background, on the other side, Superman rising, coming to save the world.
Yeah,
I mean that's the way I would do it if I was if I had that gift to draw, but I don't have that gift.
There you go. Well, you have the idea.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so I but I've seen a lot of posters that's man, they're all nice. They really are. You could choose either one. So who knows? Won't it be something that the one who wins, Zach invites someone to his house to watch this?
Come on, man. If If that happens, I'm gonna be so mad. But
Yeah.
that would be crazy if he said the winner that was announced gets to come watch the movie at his house. Oh god! But Zach wouldn't do that to us because he knows that we messed up.
You never know. I mean, Zach. I think Zach appreciates, all of us that fought for him, and also remember his beautiful daughter. We're doing this, so autumn memory could live on. I think that really touched him. And we talk a lot about Zach, but we don't talk about Deborah Snyder, who carried Autumn for 9 months. As a mother, I'm sure she's hurting too. So I don't want people, to forget about her, because she don't say much, but I think, as a mother, it's something that they will never get over with. It's something that they probably will learn how to live.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think about the possibility of having a SnyderCon 2? You think it's going to happen?
Well, okay. Back in, I want to say November, December, I had an interaction with Jay, and Jay himself said, okay. Jay himself said that if and when the Snyder Cut is announced, it will be Zach making it. He's going to do it in a big venue. And that's what Jay Oliva said. That's what he told me. So this is why I think, if not to get your hopes too high on 214, because it's not. I'm only going by common sense. The interaction that I had with Jay. Jay said when the announcement is made, it's going to be in a big venue.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and he's close with Zach. So it could be a SnyderCon 2. It could be at San Diego Comic Con. It could be at some type of Comic Con that he makes the announcement. And I'm just going logically. I'm just going by what Jay Oliva said.
Yeah.
I think however Zach makes the announcement, I think it's going to trend regardless. If he makes it on Twitter, it's going to trend. If he makes it on Twitter, it's going to trend.
No doubt. Mm-hmm. All right, so this guy Fatal J is telling me to get the comments off my video. I don't know how to do that. Do you see it on there? The Integrity 101's comment on the screen?
Yeah, I do, but I think I don't. I forgot how to do it.
Yeah, he said just click on the comments, but I did click on the comment. That's the one that popped up.
I know. There's an option there that you could do. Let me see. I don't know.
Yeah, this is my first time using this, so I'm still trying to figure this whole StreamYard thing out.
I will have to. I mean, I haven't. I know there's a way you could do it. It's on settings. Just go to settings. Yeah, I think it's on settings.
Yeah, I mean it's not that big of a deal, but he said that. Yeah.
Okay. What you do is you could click on another comment.
So just click on the same comment again. Let's see this. Where is that comment at? Oh, okay, there we go. All right.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that. Fatal J.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's whenever Zach decides to announce it or whatever, it's going to be huge. And I told all my fans before that if he does a SnyderCon 2, I'm going to show up if he's going to release the cut there, if we're going to be able to watch it. I think it would be a great idea. And I actually got this from Integrity 101, is he said it would be a great idea to have the first showing of the movie at his SnyderCon event. And so obviously the people that go are going to be diehard DC Zach fans, and when they come out of the movie, they're going to just be talking so great about it and saying how great it was, and so positive word of mouth right away. no negativity. It's all going to be positive stuff. So boom, right away the audience is going to see, wow, this looks like it's a pretty good movie, and then it should sell more if right away it's positive.
See, the way, and I made this suggestion before. The way I would do it if it's released in theaters, maybe have like a good 20-30% of the profits go to the American Suicide Foundation.
There's that too, yeah.
Right, maybe not charge $11, maybe charge like 20-25 bucks, for the entrance, and you could do like 50%, 30 or 40, 50% going to the American Suicide Foundation for that. That's the way I would do it. And I think Warner Brothers will be okay with that. I think the movie would still do well because if people knew that it's the movie, obviously, we're gonna watch the Snyder Cut, but the proceeds is going for a good cause. I think that's a way you can market it as well. That what Justice League meant for us, the fans, and what it means to Zach, because while when Zach was working on Justice League, his daughter was alive.
Yeah.
So I think it would I think it would work out for all parties. I mean, that's the way I would do it, but who knows? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you do a poll, I'm pretty sure people will pay the money. Number one, if just because they want to see the Snyder Cut. But even the people who's not is not an advocate for the Snyder Cut, if they knew that 50% of the money that for the movie is going towards the American Suicide Foundation, I mean, my gosh, what normal person wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, Louis, we've been doing this for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I ran out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
You got anything to say? Anything else?
No, I mean, I just fans, I know there was an uproar with Zachary Levi, what he was saying, and I know I made a tweet and I told everybody, we're so close getting the Snyder Cut. Why get upset about one person not believe it's not going to be released?
Yeah.
We've come so far. We fought so hard to worry about what one person say, that when it's released, the one who's going to look bad, it's him. And not only that, but he made that comment before the November event, what Zach did. Now people saying, well, why he don't apologize? I mean, dude, Tyler, us, man. We got egos, man. Testosterone, man. The more you tell me I'm wrong, the more I'm gonna fight back. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's not focus on on who's with us now, who's we're not. Uh, we're almost there. Let's keep focused. Pushing, helping Zack Snyder get it to the finish line. If it's not already in the finish line, let's just create more noise. And let's not put our strength and focus on on the negative stuff. I know it didn't bother me. You know why it didn't bother me? Because I don't care.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me what Zach said. Mr. Levi said. You know why it didn't bother me? Because we heard from the boss himself.
Exactly.
So why get upset about something when someone said when the boss already spoken?
Exactly.
I'm tired of people say it doesn't exist.
Yep.
So
I always say that. I say until Warner Brothers officially comes out and says you're not getting this movie, or Zack Snyder himself says that, why are we concerned about everyone else?
Yeah, and I think it's Zach branding his movie basically told us that it's done.
Yep.
It's done. It's possible. It's possible right now that the only thing left is maybe they're negotiating the royalties and, or maybe if it does well, would you come back, this and that. But as far as the actual Zack Snyder Justice League, I think Zack already knows we're going to already knows that we're gonna get what we want. And yes, it's true. I think we did get this far because we ignored the hate. How many people told us, and I said it on a tweet when I was, discussing with somebody, when it says, real talk, Superman, this is a real talk. Do you actually think you're gonna get to see Zack Snyder vision? Give it up. And my reply was, real talk. You don't want to know how many people told us we're not gonna get the Snyder cut. Real talk. We didn't listen. We fought hard.
Yep.
And and what is it? What is it to you that we're fighting for something? If you don't want to do it, go move on with your life. Don't worry about me. But you worry about me. You focusing your energy on me, on something that I want, and you focus on your energy on me, speaks more value about yourself. If you don't like what I'm fighting for, fine, move on. Don't pay attention. Block me. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care. But this is if I want to fight for something, it's my life. I could do it, just like other people out there. And I think that defiance, that defiance that we had, knowing that there was a cut out there, and the support that we showed Zach actually made us united. All the hate that was spilled against us, and are there a few toxic people? Yeah, but just like there are a few toxic people in all walks of life. But the point is that we came together. We fought for something. Zach heard us. Warner Brothers heard us. Again, I said this on DM last year before the event. I have proof. I have receipts. I have all that, guys. Mm-hmm. So when the time is right, am I going to glow a little bit? Probably, maybe, yeah. Because a lot of you guys, not a lot, but there was a few guys, that gave me a hard time, and it's fine. No matter what. Listen, hey, 50% hated Jesus. He did nothing wrong. So, but yeah, man. But going to baseball, man. The Phillies. I don't think they're ever gonna win anything, man.
You know what? You know what I love about this division is that anyone has a chance, except the Marlins. They don't have a chance. But the Mets, the Braves. I mean, you saw the Braves won the division last year, and the Nationals won the World Series.
I think the Braves got weaker because they lost Josh Donaldson.
But they just got Marcell Ozuna. I just saw that the other day, and I was
I know, but he's not Josh Donaldson. He's not.
Okay.
He's not Josh Donaldson. I'm sorry, he's not. I think the division is going to come down to the Mets. I think, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Met fan. I think if the Mets bullpen improves, I think if Edwin Diaz goes back to his Seattle days with Betances and Familia, if they perform, tell me in the East who has a better pitching staff than the Mets.
Let's see. No, you're probably right. I mean, the Mets they have some good pitching, and that's where the Phillies fall short. And right. I thought they would have went out and got themselves a whole bunch of pitchers because they should have. Because last year they thought they would just rely on their hitters, and that didn't work out for them. So you thought they would. I mean, they got a decent pitcher from you guys, but yeah, and but I don't know. I think that it's just up in the air in that division. I feel like anyone can take it. You just never know.
I see. It isn't. There's no surprising that everywhere Bryce Harper goes, his team don't do well. I mean, I just seriously, man. And speaking about the Mets, if we get a healthy Cespedes back, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. I'm telling you, it's over. If Cespedes perform, and right now, I'm not sure if you heard about this. That right now rumors are that the Mets are the front runner to land Arnado.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The Mets are the front runner right now to land the Rockies' third baseman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So imagine this lineup for you Philly fans: Rosario 1, McNeil 2, Alonso 3, Conforto 4, Arnado 5, Cano 6, Cespedes 7. Oh. Oh, so
Well, you know what, Lewis? I've actually just become a Phillies fan more recently because I'm originally from Maryland. So
oh,
I'm a big O's guy, right?
uh-huh.
So I moved to Philly maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, and I was a big Orioles guy. And then last couple of years have just been trash.
Right.
So I've more and more I found my love for the Phillies. So I'm excited. But yeah, that's my OG team is the Orioles. But
Orioles.
yeah.
Okay. I would switch team too if I was an Orioles fan too. So,
So
but,
I got my National League team. I got the Phillies, but it's funny you're talking about Bryce Harper. I used to hate Bryce Harper. I despise the guy. And as soon as we got him last year, I'm like the biggest Bryce Harper fan. But that's
okay.
what we do as fans.
I knew. But Integrity 101. Yes, I'm rooting for Andy Reid.
Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
It's funny because my wife and her family, they all hate Andy Reid, but I could care less.
right.
But I guess because you know how they are. I mean, when Chip Kelly was here, when he was coaching the Eagles, they were his biggest fans, and then when he leaves, they hate him. They that's just how Philly fans are.
Okay.
1 second, they love you. Like the first year you come in, you're the best thing that's ever happened, and then the next year, when your previous year you were trash, they hate you now. They just that's just how they are. But I'm not like that. I understand how these things go. But
And I know Big Rooster said that he's not back. But explain to me if he wasn't back, then how are we gonna get the Snyder Cut? Who's gonna promote it?
yeah, that's true.
You have to, and in order for a director to promote his movie, the studio has to hire them. The Snyder Cut needs to make around $150 million to bring that. Okay, Big Rooster. I'm going to quote you what Jay Oliva said. Okay, Warner Brothers does not need to invest in a movie that Jack already made. Okay, so that $100 million that you're talking about, you don't think they're making it just in DVD alone? You don't think they'll make it in subscribing to the HBO Max?
Oh yeah.
I mean, 150 million dollars, it's easy money. They're gonna make that easily. If it's released in the movies, I promise you that they'll make $100 million in 2 days. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
No doubt. No
Easy.
doubt.
So the money is not the issue. You guys are focused. Money's not the issue. What's the issue is it's power. Whether they're and the power and direction, whether they're gonna let Zach finish his vision to move on, which I'm all for that, and let Matt JJ Abrams focus on their universe. That's all what it boils down to. Because if it was about the money, then why did they fire Zack Snyder? Because Batman versus Superman made close to $900 million in the movies, and if we count DVDs, if we count sales, if we count 4Ks, sales, it made over $1 billion.
Yep.
So that's why I say that.
The whole argument that Zach's movies didn't make any money was a complete lie. And I actually put up an image from a video I did a couple weeks ago where I had the first 6 or 7 DCEU movies compared to the first 6 or 7 Marvel movies. And the first DC movies, they beat Marvel by I think around $1 billion. So I mean, the fact that and there's reasons to why we've gotten to a point where Marvel has made so much money. There's so many levels to that, so many movies that they've built upon, and there's so many reasons of why they've gotten to the point where almost every movie they put out now makes $1 billion. But I think that's over with now. I think that's not going to happen.
Well, the reason the Marvel made a lot of money is because they stuck by their vision.
Yes,
they saw their target. They saw the demographic was children, was kids movie. So they made their movies cater after their followers. And I think the mistake that Kevin T and Tommy Emmerich did is that they tried to copycat Marvel, and you can never copycat Marvel. Marvel is Marvel. Okay, you need to appeal to your audience. DC, mostly DC audience are home, mostly adults. That's who you need to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they would have left Zach alone and just let him continue his vision. And obviously, bringing along Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, it would have got there. I just they was impatient. They wanted to build Rome in one day, and Rome was not built in one day. And they were trying to be someone that you're not, and it never fails in life. When you try to be someone that you're not, you go down. You got to be yourself.
Yep.
You got to be yourself. Like many people ask me, Louis, why you don't do a show every day? Well, because number one, there's other people that does it. Number two, I don't want to be like the average. I don't want to be like them. Just because they do a show every day, it works for them. I want my content to be unique. I want my content. It's not about quantity; it's about quality.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So if I could do a show once a month or twice a month, but the quality is good, the guests that I have is good, then it'll do well. So that's the point I was making with DC. They should have stuck, and they should have focused on the demographic, which was 18-year-olds to adults. Marvel did well because they focus on children, family, which is okay. That's
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that's Marvel has that in the bag. So if these parents want to take their kids to see a superhero movie, they're more than likely going to go see a Marvel movie. So where are the parents going to go when they want to see a movie by themselves, or like an R-rated or a hard PG-13 movie? That's why DC needs to be different. They need to be, their own thing. And you can see that with, Joker becoming the first rated R movie to make $1 billion. And that was completely left alone. And then, Aquaman, well, I shouldn't say Aquaman was like a hard PG-13. That wasn't. But I'm just saying that, movies like BVS or Man of Steel, it's like they're more mature movies, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. That's nothing wrong. If you want kids to watch DC content, you have the animated series. You have the CW DC contents, and that's what makes DC different and attractive. Is that you could have different multiverse, you could have different Batman version, you could have different Superman version, you could have different Flash version to appease your audience. Marvel only has one audience, which is mostly family. You cannot make. Tell me what Marvel character you can make an R movie with.
I can't think of it.
I maybe Venom, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, Marvel character you cannot make an R movie with.
And they won't. Disney will not do it.
Won't.
And that's the problem they're facing with now having the properties of Deadpool. And they Deadpool was always a rated R movie. Now it's like, no, we're not.
Maybe Wolverine can. Maybe the Marvel.
Yeah.
Maybe Wolverine with Logan. Maybe that one. But if you notice that one, it wasn't Disney. It was Fox.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is that when
Right.
when Fox did Wolverine, or when Fox did Deadpool,
Right.
It was rated R. But now that MC or Disney has control, that's they're not going to make it rated R. I think they've already come out and said that.
Right.
And that's going to be the problem for them, is now you're going to take this movie that people enjoyed it because it was rated R, it was more mature, and now they're going to dumb it down, and it's going to lose interest.
Right. So as long as right now that we have answered off right now, focus on your demographics, focus on who you appeal to. You appeal to adults. Me as an adult, if I want to watch a kids comic book movie, I'm going to watch Marvel. With DC, I don't want nothing cheesy. I don't want nothing nothing that is PG. I want something that I could relate to as an adult. I'm not 15. I'm not 10 years old anymore. I'm getting up there in age. I want something that calls my attention. So I lost interest in Marvel. Not a hater, but too many dumb jokes. Yeah, I agree with you, Integrity 101. I lost interest in Marvel. I didn't see Spider-Man Far From Home. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, that was my favorite Marvel character. It still is my favorite Marvel character,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And I enjoyed the Tobey Maguire ones, and I really enjoyed the Andrew Garfield ones. And
I
then
do too.
yeah, and then when they brought in Tom Holland, when I first saw him was in Civil War, and I enjoyed him in Civil War. I thought as like a side character, I enjoyed his, but then when he had his own movie, I did not like it. And then I tried again with the newest one. I saw both of them, the Far From Home, and then I just was like, a lot of my friends and they really enjoyed it, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like his interpretation of the character. But yeah, I mean, Marvel, they have their own thing. But to me, the biggest problem with Marvel is they don't have staying power compared to DC movies. When I think of a movie I want to go back to, I think of DC movies. I think of a Man of Steel, a BVS, Dark Knight trilogy, even more recently Joker. I think of stuff like that. But when it comes to Marvel, I'll never go back to another Marvel movie. That's me personally, and there's nothing wrong with that. And other people, they enjoy, like our boy Dingus Bringus, he enjoys Marvel.
Yeah.
Are you and Dingus still fighting?
Dingus, no, I just see the problem. The problem with Dingus is that he said that I never got one scoop right, which is inaccurate.
Yeah.
I never attacked any of his videos. Number two, he made videos about me. Was asking me about scoop. I gave it to him.
Yeah.
And then he's going to say that not one of my scoop ever came true, which is a lie.
Yeah.
I just gave you 2 or 3 that came to pass. So that really like just ticked me off. I'm like, okay, you know what? Don't follow me, and I won't follow you. So I didn't say one bad word about him. I didn't attack him, and he doesn't like people attacking him. But he attacks people, and but the reason I did not get into it with him because he's just a kid. So I just
Yeah.
I let it I let it go. But I've been right on a lot of things. Have I been wrong on certain things? Absolutely. But like I said from the beginning, that no one will always get 100% of things right. So, but I really didn't call that a fight. I just had a disagreement and just moved on. There's only one person that I really got into it that I blocked him.
Who's that?
Mr. Garza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did hear that you two didn't have a good relationship.
No, he just back in 2018 when my old school came out, he just okay. He attacked me and my scoop and so forth, and he called me a liar and not credible, and you just don't do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I was looking at your stuff, I could tell that you were genuine, and like you were saying, you were getting this information and you were just putting it out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not coming out and saying no, this is right, constantly like no, like you weren't doing that. You were just saying I heard.
I don't understand what
Yeah,
I mean.
And like you said, is you weren't doing it for attention. You
No.
weren't. You just now more recently started a YouTube channel, so it wasn't like you were trying to get people to come near. So that you're on Twitter, just doing your thing.
I'm not once ever asked anyone to follow me. Never, not once.
Yep.
Number two, I told people, listen, if you feel like I'm not credible, don't follow me.
Yep.
Number three, I've always told, I've heard, just because I hear things, and I always told people, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, rumors are just rumors. Rumors. Again, I go back to sports. Like last year, did we not hear that Kevin Durant was going to the Knicks? Did you not hear that?
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith. You're talking about these writers. Then when on ESPN says it's done, Kevin Durant is going to the Knicks.
Yeah.
He signs with Brooklyn. Does that make Stephen A. Smith not credible because he got that wrong?
No.
You know, and this is where, you know, people don't understand how rumors operate. You know, 70% of rumors are not going to happen, guys. I just, you know, if you like take a rumor and the person's telling you, hey guys, there's a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, and you go around and say, oh, this is gonna happen, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you. There's only I think 2 or 3 scoops that I gave that I'm firm on, that I will not back away. And one of them was when I went on Chris Juan's show. And people that Chris knows that are more in the loop than I am said that I got it right, that my source got it right. I know, you know, those little stuff on this and on the Ben Affleck rumor. I'm telling you guys what I heard. Now, I have no problem telling people. Unlike certain people, when I get something wrong, they don't apologize. When I get something wrong, I have no problem going on and say, "Hey guys, my bad, I missed it. Okay, it didn't happen."
Yeah.
Like, I feel real bad with the Matt Reeves. I mean, I really do, and I apologize. You know, my source told me, "Hey, there's a rumor. Don't run with it. Don't run with it because I can't confirm it." And what did the dumb me do? I ran with it, and I paid the price. You know, hey, I'm new at this. You know, and I'm going. So now that's why you notice me. I'm more selective with my scoop because I'm learning. I'm learning when I hear something. Okay, let me check with this person. Let me check with that person. Let me check with this. Let me hear what I'm seeing. So now I'm more selective the rumors that I put out. And I thank you so much, Integrity. I really appreciate the love. You know, so that's why I'm selective, you know, with my scoop, and that's why I'm more careful of my words. You know, so you know, those if those people that if you think you could do better, then you know, you start your own YouTube channel. And trust me, guys, it was you guys that asked me that encouraged me to start my YouTube channel. I didn't want to do this because it's hard, bro. You're gonna find out how hard it is, you know, because it takes a are you married?
Yeah.
You married? You have kids?
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna know that it's not easy doing a YouTube channel because it takes time. It takes time. It takes dedication.
Yeah, my wife told me that the only time I can do it is at night. So, you know, while she's sleeping, I'm up here doing stuff, you know, doing my videos, and it's tough. But
Yeah,
you know, I enjoy it because I get to express myself. And a lot of my friends, they aren't big DC fans or like me and everything. So they, if anything, they like Marvel. So it's hard for me to really express my feelings. So that's why I started the channel. It's because I wanted to talk to people. I wanted someone to vent to and talk about how I was feeling about everything. And I can't talk to my wife about it because she doesn't give 2 shits. But so that's why I decided to do the channel. But yeah, you're right, man. It's tough. It's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. So I really appreciate those people that are firm but fair, and you know, I don't shy away from construction criticism professionally. I don't shy away with that. But when you start attacking the person's integrity and character and say you're a liar, you know that you don't have a source, or it makes you a schmuck because you don't know. You know, you don't know. So, but I'm learning. You know, as I go. You know, I'm learning as I go. And you also gonna learn. You know, as you go. You know. Just pay attention to your audience. You know, try to interact. You know, you from Philly, I'm from New York. You know, we don't take. You know, if somebody disrespects us, you know, we're gonna attack back. At least me, I'm a fighter. You come hard, I'm gonna come back. If you don't like it, then don't come at me because I'm not one of these people that you know, you could attack me and I stay quiet. No, I'm a fighter. I fight back.
Yeah. And that's what I appreciate about you is you're old school, man. And these people, they hide behind their keyboards, and that's what really annoys me.
Oh, absolutely. That's the difference. And thank you. That's the difference between me and you is that I put my face out there.
Yep.
I put my face out there. So and not only that, but I have a life. I don't need this.
Yep.
And someone told me, "Well, what happened if your YouTube channel fails?" Okay, I have my life. I got my family.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not doing it to make a living.
Exactly.
I'm doing this as a hobby. So
Yep.
I really, I really don't care. I'm doing this because I like meeting people. I'm doing this because I like having, just like you have interaction, with people. Now, obvious. Now that I'm doing my channel, do I want it to succeed? Absolutely. We definitely, I want it to succeed. But it's not like if it doesn't, that I'm gonna stop living. No, So
Yeah.
but to go back on guys. I mean, you know, I'm surprised that things are quiet, and that's actually a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm telling you guys, really, man. At least for me, and I only have one measly source. I know there's other people that have 4, 5, 6 is fine.
Yeah.
Um, one. One. I have not heard a credible scoop, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
It really is, guys. It's a good sign. Everyone is tight-lipped. So you should guys get excited because when Ezra Miller appeared on the CW, everybody was surprised. Like, wow, I didn't see that coming. So
Yep.
that tells us, guys, we are in for a long ride, and it's going to be a fun year. Um, it's going to be a fun year. And me personally, for the record, again, I know I said it last year. I said last year I was expecting it, but too much has happened. Too much has come together for the cut not to be announced this year.
Yep. That's how I feel, man. 2020 is the year. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
The year.
it is, and HBO Max, they need content. Uh, they need content. Um, so I'm worst case scenario, HBO Max. The dream world is to be released in theaters where everyone could watch it in theaters, and then release in HBO Max, and then release Zack Snyder, trilogy in a DVD trilogy with extra unseen footage. Um, wow, guys, I want to thank you guys for encouraging, man. I really do, and you guys knows I've always been honest. I've never shied away. I've always told you, take things with a grain of salt. I've always told you guys, rumors are rumors, and rumors should always be treated as rumors. 75, 70%, 75% of the rumors doesn't happen. Just like the rumors last year, those that follow sports, Kevin Durant was going to the Knicks, and I'm a big Knicks fan. That was the rumor the whole year.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are we gonna say that Bill Schler or Stephen A. Smith lied? They went on camera and lied and didn't hear that. So that's why I always tell people, always take it, with the grain of salt. And rumors are meant to have fun. Rumors are meant to talk. Rumors are meant to have these type of shows and talk about it and give ideas. Hey, this is what I would like to see, and this is what I'm hearing. And and I just wish, people, would, not take it too time seriously.
I hear you, man. Some of these fans, they are just all in.
Right.
And you say the wrong thing or did, and I feel like that's been a problem more recently within the movement on Twitter is sometimes I just need to step away because these guys are just fighting over the dumbest things. What account started the release of Snyder Cut hashtag and who not to follow, who to follow, and it just becomes too much for me sometimes. And then guys accounts that are shitting on anything that's not Zack Snyder related, saying that the next DC movies, like, they're trash, no one should watch them because Zack had nothing to do with them. And I'm just like, just relax, calm down. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, when Zack comes back, if he does, and when we get the Snyder Cut and all that stuff, eventually Zack's gonna have to go somewhere else. and then it's going to be a different DCEU or whatever you want to call it, and there's going to be different directors and a different vision, and that's just how it's going to be, you know. And now I know a lot of people have been mad about the whole Robert Pattinson, in their eyes, being the new Batman, but I'm still on the train saying that he's not taking Ben's spot. It's its own thing. You know, I believe Matt Reeves is doing his own trilogy, and that's it. And then there's still the possibility of Ben coming back. But people are already like, oh, no, screw that Batman. It's not my Batman. And I'm like, well, eventually there's going to be another Batman. And
just remember when I tell people, you know, because I hear the same thing. Remember, we said the same thing about Ben Affleck. Oh, Christian Bale's my Batman. He's my only Batman.
Yep.
And look how well he did. I think it's how you communicate. And I think if Warner Brothers, you know, communicated a lot sooner, whether if you know what part of the DCU brought it in or ban in, if it's going to continue, not continue. But then again, maybe the reason that they cannot say is because there's a lot of negotiations. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. So that's why, you know, sometimes, you know, we don't get the information because let's say Warner Brothers do want to continue with Zach Vision, but Ben doesn't want to come back. Yeah. Or Henry Cavill wants to come back, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with Zach. So those are moving parts that's why we don't know yet, you know, how the DCEU is gonna move forward. I think if we just give Henry Cavill what he wants, there's a gap, 18-month gap between Man of Steel, Superman, Batman versus Superman. If you could put it right there, I think it could work.
Oh yeah,
it's perfect. Yeah, I tell you what, the movie writer, I already said it. That once the Snyder Cut is announced, I'm gonna do a special show, and and it's gonna be about you fans. Everyone's gonna be allowed to come on for about 5 to 10 minutes and say what the Snyder Cut has meant for you, what you're looking forward to. My show, when the Snyder Cut comes out, is gonna be for you fans. No guests. All my guests is gonna be you guys, the Snyder Cut movement. So anyone that wants to just come in for about 5 minutes and say, you know, what the cup meant for them and what it means for them going forward. That's the way I'm gonna do my show when it's released. When it's announced. When it's announced, we're gonna have a party. Everyone's gonna come on. You know, I make my show dedicated for you guys, the fans. That's my goal.
That day is going to be wild when it happens. If I'm at work, I'm going to have to leave work. I'm not going to be able to control myself. I got to leave. I got to go. I'm going to make a video, probably screaming.
I know Zod Ryder's going to scream. I know he's literally going to scream his lungs off. They're going to think that he's crazy. So why are you screaming? And then Chris Wan.
Well, he's going to be balling.
Chris Wan, I don't care. I can see Chris Wan. When it's announced, he'll stop what he's doing and he'll do an emergency broadcast alert. He'll do some type of that's just Chris. Like he'll do something unique. Like he'll go like this is an emergency. You know how sometimes when you watch a TV, I can see Chris going, guys, like going crazy. And I would do it too, man. I will go crazy. Oh yeah. All right, guys in the chat. Okay, follow instructions. For all you that believe that the Snyder Cut is going to be announced this year, type, give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be announced this year, and we're going to see it this year. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
That's like, hell yeah. Let me see who's down. Integrity, you better be the first one. You better be the first one. Come on. With a bold letters. Because I believe it, bro.
There you go.
There you go. That's right. Yeah. That's right, man. That's right. I believe it. Man, I'm already getting excited for it. And I'm getting excited for it. But anyway, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's make that trend with the Stone Cold. Hell yeah. See the Snyder Cut this year, baby.
There you go.
Yeah. But guys, before I go, you guys have any other questions for me?
I just saw one was about what do you think of the whole air cut situation? What do you think about that?
I think once the Snyder Cut is released, I think we're gonna see the air's cut.
That's what I think too. I think it. Yeah.
And I think you're gonna see more Ben Affleck's Batman in there. I think you're gonna see you may see Steppenwolf in there as well.
Yep. Any other questions?
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all those. Hell yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
That's why they're here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Batman versus Anti-Monitor. Who wins? The hell is that? Is that an actual character?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
A fantasy. I believe that if the Snyder Cut is announced, I believe the air cut's coming. I think the studio wants to brand itself as a director-driven studio. I think their reputation took a lot of hits throughout the years. You know, with David Ayer, with Zack Snyder's, and Batman versus Iron Man. Who wins?
Batman. That's easy.
Well, here's the thing: they're both billionaires. They're both high techy.
Batman would win because he's all about planning. He would always be one step ahead.
Iron Man too.
But you know what? He does have the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Batman. I'm a DC guy. Batman always.
I'm gonna give it to Iron Man. I tell you why. A slight edge to Iron Man because he could fly.
Yeah, but so could Superman. You're talking about the man that took down Superman.
Yeah, but Iron Man don't have a kryptonite.
That's true, but he would figure it out. Like weapons, he could probably I feel like he could have like those.
What weakness does Iron Man have?
Like I don't know, some type of gun or whatever that Bruce could come up with that would destroy his armor, or maybe something to take away from his suit.
I give a slight edge to Iron Man.
Okay.
Because fly and see what thing with Superman could have killed him in Batman versus Superman. He even told him, you know, if I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
Yeah.
And the thing with the difference between Superman and Iron Man is that Superman loves his people. He's Christ-like. Iron Man can kill somebody. He don't have a problem doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why I get the slight edge to Iron Man. So, but who wins, Superman or the Hulk?
Oh, Superman.
What do you think, guys? Hulk or the Superman?
Oh, Superman could take him into space and he would be done for.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Superman is he's as strong as he needs to be. The Hulk doesn't have that. He maxes out at how strong he is. Superman can be as strong as he needs to be.
Yes, Superman would definitely win.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's easy. Superman versus the entire.
I have a movie that could make $6 billion.
$6 billion. What do you got? Tell me.
Okay, the movie. I think that could potentially make $7 billion.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Avengers versus Justice League.
I'm right there with you. That would never happen, but
that would never happen. But I'm just telling you, that right there that would easily make $7 billion. If you put DC versus Marvel, Justice League versus Avengers, that would easily make $7 billion.
It could. Well, the thing is they could actually split a deal where they could be like 50-50. But in my eyes, if you had the Justice League against the Avengers, the Justice League would just clean them up. It wouldn't even be a contest. So it wouldn't really be a movie.
Who do you think will be the last man standing?
What if there was a Justice League versus Avengers? Mm-hmm. It would be Superman.
It probably would be Superman. I tell you why. Not because I'm a Superman fan, but I think the last three will be Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor versus the Trinity of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And remember, two of them are gods. The only god that they'll have is Thor. All the other two are human elements.
Yeah.
And I think Batman probably will sacrifice himself so Superman doesn't get the kryptonite. That's why I think that Superman probably will be the last man standing.
Yeah. But, you know, if worst case, if Justice League loses, the Flash can always go back in time and change everything. So
that's true. Superman and Wonder Woman alone could stop the Avengers. I think the only one that probably could give Superman and Wonder Woman a run for the money is Thor, because he's a god.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only one, because the Hulk is not a god, Iron Man is not a god, Captain America is not a god. The only one that could go head to toe with Superman and Wonder Woman is Thor. That's the only one. I cannot think of any Marvel character that is a god. Can you think of one?
Yeah. No, that's it. That's the only one I think of is Thor. And there's probably more. I mean, they have tons of characters, but the only ones that stick out, or the one that sticks out to me, is Thor.
Yeah. Thor.
But yeah, I still think they could take care of him. I think Wonder Woman's more powerful than him.
Than Thor?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They always have, like, do you ever see those death battle videos
where
they have like characters against each other? I think they might have had that one, and I believe she came out on top. But yeah, looks like anybody have any more questions for Louis and I? I know we're doing a bunch of verses, but Shawarma can beat the entire Avengers. Yeah. Well, it's going on 2 hours, my friend.
Okay.
I appreciate you being on the show, coming on and giving your insight. My first live stream, so it was a good time.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. I enjoyed it. Again, you got anything else to say? Any closing words, or you all good?
No, guys. Just like Zach said, just keep fighting. I don't want to sound like a broken record. You know, I know I said it last year, but hey, at least I'm a man of faith. You know, I have faith. So, but I think most normal people who were not against being announced, but were like, they didn't see the evidence. Snyder Cut being announced last year, even are seeing now that this year could be the year that is announced. Everything, too much has happened. We got celebrities, commenting.
Oh, yeah.
You got Subway. You got
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think this year might be the year.
Okay, sounds good. 2020, baby.
2020, baby.
Here we go.
All right, man.
All right. I'll see you, Louis. Thanks for coming on.
No problem, guys. Okay.
All right. Well, looks like I'm done with that. Anything else to cover? Yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for coming and watching on my first live stream. If you guys enjoyed it, I'll probably be doing more of these. Thanks, Louis, for coming on. And come back Monday for my show, 8 a.m. Or not my show, but come back for my video Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Subjective Reviews. I'm out.